All right, guys. Welcome to the program, guys. We're going to go ahead and get this started right now and roll the intro. Today, guys, we have a very, very special show. It is a very, 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 very special show because we're talking about, you guys saw it on the title, the best pistol in the universe, the world, everywhere, right? It is the best. So I think it's an important topic. Let's say hi to the chat here. We've got Ben's here. What's up, Ben? How's it going, Ben? Got Ben in the chat. But yeah, the best pistol in the world. It is a pistol that has been, well, for one, copied a lot. There's a lot of imitators out there. There are a lot of imitators. When you're the best, you got to have the most. You got to have a lot of imitators. That's the way that it is. That's a sign of the success of the pistol. Truthfully, that's really what it is. That's what it is. That's what happens. So, I mean, when you have reliability, that's a big thing. You got to have it be reliable. When you have a timeless design, when you have a design that is very simple and just works, when you have a product that gets used all over the world, it just gets to that point, guys. So, oh, wait, I got the wrong. Let me pull it up here. And that is by far not even close. The Glock 19. Perfection. It did take him another try. It did take Glock a couple tries here. He did come out with the 17 first, which was pretty good for perfection. I think he just wanted to get the duty pistol out of the way, where you could have, a sole firearm. And then immediately came out with the next one. And this is what we've got here. This is what we've got.
Baby cow going mad in a field. You make me feel so goddamn real. Baby cow going mad in a field. Growing up to be somebody's meal. Baby cow, why don't you shake that ass? And I'll reward you with some blades of grass. Baby cow.
So a pistol that has taken the whole entire world by storm. It has taken the world by storm. Magazines, there are even other firearms that take the magazines of the Glock 19. And then you also can get all the other bigger mags too. I mean, lots of other brands have all even copied. They just like, hey, we want it to use their magazines. For one, they're great magazines. You got there's steel in the middle, right? And then the plastic line, very durable. Great. So that's a big selling point, I think, to the Glock, is those magazines. And I mean, come on. You can get them on all sizes, all sizes. So, I mean, how are you really going to go wrong with the Glock? You really just can't. It's the do it all. It's not going to be the best at anything in particular. It's not the best competition gun, definitely not. It's not the best whatever, you know, it just kind of does it all and has it all in, and that's it. That's what it is. It's a very, very good pistol. Definitely a fantastic all-around pistol. You can do anything with the Glock 19. You really can. It's that in-between size, so you can conceal it, but it's still not too small, right? But it's still not too small. It's not too big. It's you can take the 17 round mags if you needed to, if that's something that you want to do. You can get all the accessories. I mean, it's fantastic. The aftermarket support is so insane for these. The parts, the ease of use. I mean, you could take somebody, even someone who's not even that familiar with firearms, and they could take the armorer's class, and they could get to know the Glock and know it inside and out in a couple classes, or maybe even one class. I mean, that's how simple that the Glock is, and how easy it is to really understand, to just take apart. And even the field strips, obviously even easier. I mean, it just comes apart so easy. I mean, just everyone is copied off of the Glock. So, I mean, they're just, I mean, what can you say about it? I think its track record speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. So, but, yeah, let's see here. Let's see what else we got here, guys. Let's see what we got here. I wanted to do a quick little, I wanted to pull up this video here, a quick little reaction to this reaction video. Because this kind of went viral. It kind of went viral. And I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this video deserved to go viral? But this is a reaction to the reaction of the viral video. Because reaction of a reaction, everybody wants to see a reaction of a reaction. It's just the way it is. It's great. Everybody loves the reactions to reactions. So let's check this out. I think it's something that people might like. They might think it's funny. So let's see.
I please my man in every way. If he's at the dentist, I make him nut. If he's at J. Crew returning a sweater, he's nutting. If he's trying on another sweater, he's getting a nut. If he exchanged that old sweater for the new sweater, he's nutting. It's like trail mix because his day mostly contains nuts and his balls.
He's just talking about like nutting.
Look like raisins. If he's at his aunt's funeral, he's getting 2 nuts. One at the open casket, one when they're lowering her into the grave. While he's nutting, I'm thinking about the next nut. I'm like a squirrel. I'm planting nuts.
This girl.
That's all over this place. If he's at Target picking out curtains, I'm like, come on, babe, you're getting a nut. At the end of the day, I roll his up like a tube of toothpaste to make sure there's no nuts left. Wow. He's at our kid's parent-teacher conference.
Oh my gosh.
He's getting a nut. Wow. I'll make him nut while he's nutting. That's the secret. I make my man nut 27 times a day.
She gets it.
He's saying she gets it. I don't know. Hey, maybe. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me know. I was just curious what you guys think about that one. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. It's all about I just want you guys to let me know in the comment section. What do you think of that? Like, is that good? Is that a good thing? Like, is that what does she get it? Does she really get it? I think she gets it. You guys let me know if she gets it. Just let me know though. So you guys, hey, let me know. Let me know what you guys think about that.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get.
So yeah, let's get down to this. Now, the other cool thing about the Glock is you can get, obviously, a lot of accessories, different barrels, threaded, non-threaded. You can get whatever you want. Obviously all the accessories, different triggers. and things like that. It's just, I mean, you can do anything to the Glock. You can get so many holsters. It's, I just think the Glock's a really nice one. And then like a lot of guys are complaining about the sights. Well, you can get the Glock 19X that comes with the night sights just right from the factory. So something to be aware of there. Something to be aware of. I want to talk about some other Glocks. Let's see, the Glock 23. Now, honestly, I think I kind of prefer the 9, but it's like I still kind of like the 23. I mean, 40 is pretty much. I mean, it's kind of. If I feel like if you already have a 23, you might as well just keep the 23 now. You might as well just keep the 23. I mean, you've already got it. You've already got the 23. So if you already have one, just hold on to it. If you don't have one, maybe just go with the 19. Let's be honest. Let's just go with the 19 then. But I mean, it's still you can change out that barrel and go to 9mm, like we said, and you can also do 357 SIG, which is kind of cool. And I mean, it also has 40, which 40 isn't. I know 40 gets a lot. 40 gets a lot of hate. The 40 caliber gets a lot of hate, but it's really not that bad. It's not that bad. 40 caliber is not that bad. I think 9's probably, it kind of inches it out. It's a little bit better. It's a little bit better because I'd prefer more capacity. But if you're looking at just the round, I mean, 40 is more powerful than a 9mm. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the 40 is more powerful. The 40 Smith & Wesson is definitely more powerful than a 9mm. But is it enough to make a big difference? Well, you be the judge of that one. You can guys can let me know what you guys think. But I still just, it's not that it's outdated. I think it's still great. Hey, why not? It's, if you got a thing for 40, I don't think it's that bad of a thing. Yeah. And the 23. So it's Michael Jordan, Swish, Michael Jordan's number, which is, I guess that's kind of cool. Right? So let's see. Yeah, the 23 is great. Love the 23. Now, also, one of the guys here, Dale, was saying he likes the one of his winter options is the Glock 22. And I mean, I've owned a Glock 22 for a long time, as I've said, and I love it. I love the Gen 4. To me, it's just, I think it's a great carry option, especially for winter, because it's a little bigger, more of a duty size. Like if this is going to be like if you're a police officer or something, which police officers did carry these, and I think that they've served them very well. I don't believe the crap about the 40 Smith & Wesson blowing them up and things. That's all false. I wouldn't buy into that narrative. These are definitely extremely reliable. And yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? They've been used for a long time. So this is definitely one of my favorite Glocks. One of my probably top 10 maybe. Hard to say. Probably top 10, but is a difficult one to kind of say. And obviously the 20. So the 20 came out after the 19. So they had to think, wow, well, we've came out with the 17. We've got the 19. And then they're like, okay, well, let's get to the, what are we going to make next? What is next on the table? What are we going to make next? And I think this one makes a lot of sense. I think this one definitely makes a lot of sense with the 10mm. The 10mm is, it's kind of got denied. It's kind of got thrown out. The 10mm has kind of been thrown to the side. Like an ugly redheaded stepchild. It's been thrown out to the side. But you know what? I think that it's kind of been coming back a little bit at the same time. But at the same time, everybody still wants 9mm. But it's hard to really say that 10mm is not a good round, because it is. It has its use. It definitely, the 10mm definitely has its use. And I really like that, whatever that TLR Streamlight, whatever that longer one, that one looks pretty cool on there. It does have the front push buttons. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I like the momentary on. But yeah, this is great. I think this would be an interesting option. I mean, the FBI went away from the 10mm. It was just I think it was just a bit much. Now, I want to know if people think that the FBI should have continued to use the 10mm, or did they do a good thing by saying, "Hey, we're not going to use the 10mm." It's a bit far-fetched. They're like, "We're not going to use it. It's not for us." So they had to switch. And then obviously that's when the 40 Smith & Wesson was born. We had the 40 Smith & Wesson, and the Glock 22. We evolved a Glock 22. Guys wanted 40, things like that. And then of course we went to 9. So a very interesting evolution of just even these agencies like trying to decide what's the best caliber for them overall. What is the best caliber for them overall? So they've really put some things to the test, and obviously things have changed a little bit. I mean, bullet technology and things like that. So I mean, that's something to take into consideration. Something definitely to take into consideration about it. But the Glock 20 is one of my favorite Glocks. I think it's definitely one of my favorite Glocks. I don't know, is it in my top 2? Potentially it is. Potentially, yeah. Let's see. And then obviously the Glock 17, but I would say the Glock 34 is another one that's in my top 10 of Glocks. Out of all the Glocks, this would be in my top 10, the Glock 34. So why? That's the thing. Why would it be?
One good thing about Phil is he's very pro Second Amendment.
Okay, so pro Second Amendment, but it's 9mm. That's a big deal. That's a big deal in 2024. It's just 9mm. Like, you can go get it. You can shoot it. It's more affordable than 357 Magnum or 40 Smith & Wesson or 357 SIG. Even 380, right? It's cheaper than 380. Which is kind of crazy because, it's a smaller round. But hey, they just sell so much 9mm it's available. So, I mean, the Glock 34. Yeah, the Glock 34. It's in my top 10. I think it's great. You get the longer sight radius. Very cool. Now, it's a Glock. A lot of guys will say, oh, well, it's just another Glock. All the Glocks are the same. And in some ways, I think that they're right. I think that they are right in some ways, for sure. Which, I mean, you know exactly what you're getting with the Glock. That's why, I mean, they are pretty much all very similar, right? So there's no surprises there. No surprises. Now, let's see. Another Glock. One Glock that I'm not particularly a big fan of is the Glock 43X. I'm trying to figure out where this really fits in. For me, this is a Glock that I probably won't ever own. Now, never say never. If somebody's really going to get rid of it and they really want to get rid of it and give a good price, okay, whatever, shoot, I'll pick up anything if there's a deal. Just about. I mean, it has to be a pretty sweet deal. I mean, how sweet is the deal? Depends on how sweet the deal really is. But this is seriously one of those ones that I probably am not ever going to have because I'm just not that crazy about it. Like, why would I get a Glock and have it be single stack? Don't know. I know you can get the upgraded shield arms. If I had it, I would actually probably just run the single stack, because you have to realize running a single stack mag is actually more reliable. Now, it is a very small percentage more reliable, but a single stack mag is more reliable. But I just don't want to go away from the OEM stuff when it comes to Glock. I don't want to go away from the OEM mags. That's one of the things I like about Glock is you can put an OEM mag in it and you can feel pretty confident that you've got a great magazine in there. Also, you know, the slide's very small. It is a very small slide, but it's 9mm, so I still think it's a great. I'm not gonna beat up anybody for having one. I think they're great. I think they're definitely a good firearm. It's a quality firearm for the money, and I think it's a decent carry option as well. I think it's a decent. I feel like the handle's a little long. Why would you get the long handle? But I mean, hey, it holds more rounds, and you can get the shield arms magazine and swap it out and get 15. And that is kind of a lot. 15 in this thing would be nice. But Glock really just said, hey, we're not going to change how we do our magazines. We've tested our magazines. We have tested our magazines so much, and we're not going to get away from the plastic on the outside of the magazines and go to a metal magazine only. Now, with the Generation 6, this is the question. With the Gen 6 Glocks, will they solve that problem and go with some metal magazines? That might be a bad move, though, because, well, maybe not in this smaller one. Maybe not in the smaller one. But in their double stacks, like the 19, they want to keep the same mags. That's one of the nice things about going with Glock is all the mags work together. Other companies, you can't say that. There's other companies, like if you went from one model of one something to some other company, and you switch to one striker fired pistol to another, sometimes the mags just aren't compatible from certain generations. I think even Smith & Wesson has done that with some of their models. Ruger, I believe Ruger does that. Some of their magazines aren't compatible. But with Glock, I mean, you get a lot of magazine compatibility for the most part. Now with the 43X, not so much. You get that single stack. So something to take into consideration here. I think the 43, though, let's get into the little bit slim down a little bit here. And it just has a shorter grip, obviously. But I'd rather have the 43. I think I'd definitely rather have the 43 over the 43X. So you got that shorter grip, and you can just put that longer mag in there anyway. So that way you have that option of making that grip a little smaller, easier to conceal for when you want that option. So I think the 43 would be my choice. See how it has that extra, you can get probably some base plate or something on it. Not too big of a deal here. Not too big of a deal. Let's see. But I mean, hey, the 43 is great. The 43 is great. It's a Glock. So, I mean, you know exactly what you're getting. You know definitely exactly what you're getting there. What was I looking for? Okay. And let's get to another Glock here. What are some other Glocks? What are the other good Glocks? I mean, there's only so many that you need. There's only so many you need. I think obviously we talked about the 19. I think this 19 and 17, if you want to get a couple Glocks, those are some two to really look into. And maybe even the 43, if you really want a smaller Glock. That would be an interesting one. The Glock 20. But still, I'm not really that crazy about the 43. I'm not that crazy about the 43. I think it's fine. I think it's great, though. There's the Gen 5 there. So let's get into this over here.
Most of you know that what I'm driving right now is this Camaro, 2023 Chevy Camaro. All the bells and whistles. What I'm thinking of trading it in on is this right here. This orange Subaru WRX. Not nearly as fast as my other car. It does have the Recaro seats. I'm not sure how I feel about that. How bad do you miss your Camaro on a scale from 1 to 10? The first day was like a 9.5. I made a big mistake. I made a huge mistake. Hey guys, Dale Rickety sings to his animals, FYI. Keep the Camaro. Tell the Subaru story, and why are you sad? Why I'm sad. It's got to do with the Subaru. I am sad because I bought the Subaru. I went down today and I bought the Subaru, traded in my Camaro. But I'm sad because now I miss my Camaro. I love my Camaro. And plus I had the whole connection with Caden. We both had Camaros. And that's why I'm sad, because I don't have my Camaro anymore. Immediately missed it. I almost had a panic attack when I left the dealer. Like, I'm not going to have the whong, pop, 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 pop. Pop it down one gear and watch it go pop, 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 pop. That's my way of saying you're going too slow. Important question I want to ask people tonight. The utmost important, because it involves cars. V8. So it's a lot more powerful, a lot faster. Go to 60 in like 5.4 seconds instead of 3.9 like my Camaro. He probably had his pudding, and I'm sure the pills were in it, mourning the loss of my Camaro. Hoping everyone is sending me their prayers and good wishes and sympathies, because, you know, it's been very hard on me. Some of us gave up our muscle cars.
So next, let's get into some revolvers. I want to do some revolver talk here. Obviously there's a lot of great revolvers. I think there's a lot of great revolvers out there. And this is just one that I've been looking at a little bit. I think it's a really cool offering. And I want to know what you guys think about this. Is this a revolver that you guys like, for one? And would it be even a revolver that you'd be even interested in? Now, the nice thing about this revolver is it's got 357 Magnum, right? 357 Magnum, that's a win. Obviously, you want to go for some of the revolvers that use some very desirable calibers. And a lot of revolver guys prefer the 357 Magnum, obviously, for obvious reasons. What's nice is this thing's kind of cut for moon clips. I think moon clips are nice. I think it's probably the fastest way to go. I just, like I said before, I worry about these things bending, but man, this is a really cool revolver. I just like this. I kind of wouldn't mind owning one. I think it has the full length. That looks like a full length ejector rod too. And it just barely, like, look at that barrel right there. It just barely doesn't go all the way towards, past the end of the barrel, which is pretty cool to get the full length. Because for me, I really would like the full length ejector rod. To me, that's a winner. You got to have the full length ejector rod. I don't know how you guys
Be
feel
kind to animals or I'll kill you.
So, yeah, you got to have the full-length ejector rod. It looks like it has some decent sights now. I don't know what kind of aftermarket sights are available with this, or if these sights are good. I wonder about that front sight is my main concern. I'd probably leave the rear out of convenience. But I wonder about that front sight. How easy would it be to put a front night sight on that thing, or if there's anything available? And it's the Performance Center. I like the etched logo. And the cool thing about this is it's an 8-rounder. So 8 rounds. It's going to be a chunky monkey, but look at all those. That's they're kind of spaced in kind of tightly. But I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's nice. That's 8's better than 7. And 7's better than 6, right? A little thicker, though. It's a little chunky. Let's see. Ben saying he's back. You're saying the G48 is better. Okay, we can pull that up here. The G48 Glock. He's talking about the Glock. Now, this one, I think this is a... this is kind of an interesting one. If you want one of those slim line. Like if you really want the slimness, Yeah, I think this is the slim line. So depends on how you carry. So if you really need something to be slimmer to conceal it a little better, this might be an option. Ooh, I kind of like the what is it? Stainless or brushed, whatever that is, whatever color that is, the silver. That's kind of cool. It's got some let's see, he said Bullseye Ben was saying I go with 48 over 43. Okay, same frame. It's the same frame as the 43X, but longer barrel and slide. And that's the other cool thing about Glock is really they really use a lot of the same parts for some of their other pistols, which is really cool. I didn't even I forgot that they did that. Yeah, that's the same exact frame. So you can sit there and swap these things and things. Even guys would buy 2 different Glocks before they came out with other ones and swap the parts on them and stuff like that. Yeah, it is very thin. So yeah, kind of interesting, kind of an interesting Glock. Let's see. And that one's kind of got some grip tape. Looks like somebody did a trigger swap and some Trigicons on that one. I love those Trigicons. I like how the Trigicons look. Let's see. They have a silver on a red frame and it looks like Iron Man. Oh, I've never seen that. I've never seen straight from the factory. What? He's saying, yeah, a lot of Glocks are interchangeable. Exactly. Very true. But I like these Trigicons. You got to get, I would definitely recommend Trigicon. I prefer the HDs. I like the HDs with the orange front sight. That's just my opinion. But these Trigicons, I like how they look. They sit a little tall. I'll give you that. You can get Ameriglows and some other stuff. If you don't like sights that sit a little bit taller, then these probably aren't the best choice for you if you want some super low profile. But I do like how they look. I think they look kind of cool. And some of them almost kind of go back, how they kind of go back like that. It almost looks like an exhaust on a car or something to me. I don't know why, but let's say Ben was saying you got to do a trigger upgrade on Glocks if you want to. You could. I've never upgraded a Glock trigger before. I mean, they're definitely not the best triggers out there, and but they're definitely not the worst either. I think they're very for me, they're very serviceable. I think they're okay. I don't do I don't know, 300-yard shots with a Glock though. That's just me. I don't do any long shooting with Glocks usually not. But that's kind of why I prefer the HDs. They are a bigger front sight. I prefer the bigger front sight. It's not too huge, but you can pick it up really quickly. But for further away, the sight's not very small. So it might cover up your target. So it depends. It all depends. Let's see. Ben was saying I was destined to grind it down too far. What are you talking about there? I'm not sure what he's saying there. But yeah, these are great. I mean, Ben, do you like revolvers though? Do you like revolvers? That's the thing. Do you like revolvers? Would you get a revolver like this performance center? This performance center, it's got an 8-rounder. I know that Jerry Michalek, he uses something similar to this. I think he has a signature model, although I don't remember if his is 9mm or what. He's got so many different guns that it's ridiculous. He says he only had a Heritage Rough Rider. Ooh. Geez. Now, Ben, what revolver would you get, though? What revolver would you get if you were going to get a first revolver? Because, I mean, I don't know if the Heritage... It'd be second, I guess, technically. Second revolver. I don't know if I count the Heritage Rough Rider as one. They're kind of cool, though. I think they're fun. I don't have anything against them. Definitely fun. I've got a cheap Ruger revolver that's 22. The cheapest one they make. They're very, trust me, they're very cheap. But they're not bad. They're not bad. It's fun. It's not the most accurate thing in the world, but it's fun. Be good for a first-time shooter, possibly. Let's see. Ben's saying, I would love to own a 44 mag and a 460. Which one, though? The Smith, you want Smith & Wesson? A 9-shot. Okay, a 9-shot 22 mag. Oh, which one? Which one? For the 44 Magnum, I mean, I'd want to go. I like that Colt that Revolver Television got. I like this one right here. But the thing that bothers me with the Smith & Wesson, it doesn't have the full underlug. I'd kind of actually want the full underlug on the 4-inch. The Colt has that, so I guess that's a win for the Colt. Maybe this one's the one to go with. The 629 Classic 44 Magnum. It's got a full underlug. I like that. Might be a little top heavy though. It's probably a little top heavy. So I don't know. I don't know about those. He's saying, "Oh, your Rough Riders are pretty accurate." My Ruger's is fairly accurate, I guess. I mean, it's just a little cheap, short barrel-ish 22 revolver. I mean, they're very cheap. The frame's like aluminum or something. You get the Performance Center. Wait, so you get the Smith Performance Center. Let's see what this thing looks like. So you would get this? Is this what you would get? Would you get something with that long of a barrel? Or would you get something like that? Is that too long of a barrel? That's the question. Now, if you're wanting to put like a scope on it or a red dot, looks like a red dot or something, that would be kind of wild. This thing's probably pricey. This Performance Center thing right here. I think the regular line, this is actually a lot cheaper than you'd think. This one has the weights you can put out front. That's kind of cool. So if you don't want a lot of weights or you want a lot of, it depends on, what's cool about this is if you want to run some really hot, like Magnum loads, the hot loads, you can put those weights in there to help with the recoil. And then if you're going to run something, a bit lighter, like just whatever, 40, whatever you want, like some of the lighter loads, you can take out those weights to make it lighter. It's up to you. That's the cool thing about that version. It's a little weird though, taking out weights. Let's see. Ben's saying he's at the VA. He'll be back in a few minutes. He's at the VA right now. Very cool. But yeah, very cool. Look at some of these barrels. To me, it just looks a little ridiculous. Like, why would you want something? It gets a little wild. Unless you're going to put like a scope on it. Even that, to me, it's just like, what? What are you doing? What are you doing here? Red dot, I mean, that might make more sense. And then this is the 629 Performance Center. Okay. Kind of an interesting option. See what else we got here. 629 Performance Center. Unfluted. Not familiar with this one. I thought the only... Very cool. I like the short barrel one. Short barrel one would be cool for... Now they got the 460. Let's see. Let's pull up that 460. 460 here. You guys like these bigger calibers. This 460 here. Is this the Performance? The Performance Center. Yeah, this thing's... I wonder if you have to worry about that front sight coming off. Come on. This thing's kind of a beast. It's kind of a beast there. Definitely kind of a
Most
beast.
of you know that what I'm driving right now is this Camaro, 2023 Chevy Camaro. All the bells and whistles. What I'm thinking of trading it in on is this right here. This orange Subaru WRX. Not nearly as fast as my other car. It does have the Recaro seats. I'm not sure how I feel about that. How bad do you miss your Camaro on a scale from 1 to 10? The first day was like a 9.5. I made a big mistake. I've made a huge mistake. Hey guys, Dale Rickety sings to his animals, FYI. Keep the Camaro, tell the Subaru story, and why are you sad? Why I'm sad has got to do with the Subaru. I am sad because I bought the Subaru. I went down today and I bought the Subaru, traded in my Camaro. But I'm sad because now I miss my Camaro. I love my Camaro. And plus I had the whole connection with Caden. We both had Camaros. And that's why I'm sad, because I don't have my Camaro anymore. Immediately missed it. I almost had a panic attack when I left the deal. Like, I'm not going to have the whoom, pop, 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 pop. Pop it down one gear and watch it go pop, 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 pop. That's my way of saying you're going too slow. Important question I want to ask people tonight. The utmost important, because it involved cars. V8. So it's a lot more powerful, a lot faster. Go to 60 in like 5.4 seconds instead of 3.9 like my Camaro. He probably had his pudding, and I'm sure the pills were in it, mourning the loss of my Camaro. Hoping everyone is sending me their prayers and good wishes and sympathies, because, you know, it's been very hard on me. Some of us gave up our muscle cars.
Now, who the heck's going to put a freaking bipod on this thing? Look at that. Did you put a bipod? I guess for hunting. I don't. To me, it just seems a little bit wild. At that point, you might as well maybe just get a rifle. Putting a bipod on it. It's kind of wacky. It's kind of wacky right there. Ooh, is that they have a shorter one? Looks like they got a short one there. That one's got a little comp on the end. I don't know about shooting that thing. I'd probably prefer the longer barrel. 460. Thing looks kind of thin. I wonder if that's Scandium. I hope that's not Scandium. That thing's gonna be a beast. I think it'll jump out of your hand real quick. Could also look at the, of course, the 686 Plus. Now, this is a Yankee Marshall. This is a Yankee Marshall favorite. I think it's a Yankee Marshall favorite for everybody. He just, I don't know. He loves the 686.
This is what I ain't gonna have sex with any of you.
So, I mean, what is there to say about it? I mean, what is there to freaking say? So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. The 6-inch seems a bit ridiculous. I think the 6-inch seems a bit ridiculous there. Let's see. But all right. Well, it's kind of a slow day. It's early. I think a lot of people just haven't woke up yet. So maybe we'll cut it off here. We'll just cut this one a little bit short. You know, it's a slow day. Wait, what can I say? What can I do about it? It's a slow day. Slow days are there. I mean, it's early. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, all that stuff. I mean, but hey, it's a slow day. You can't control the slow days. You got to try to fit in the lives. You got to try to fit them in. You got to try to fit in the live streams the best you can. So, hey, I think it's better to just get it in early than not do a live stream at all. Fit it in. I think it's better to fit it in than not do one at all. That's just me. That's my take on it. Let's just fit it in and get it in and put it in and then do it in. And then it's done. So, hey, at least it happened. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys feel? I want to know if everybody else feels like that. That's the thing.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get
Let's see. Oop, lack of content clip. Lack of content clip. Incoming. Oh shoot, wrong clip. I can't play the comma clips anymore. That's that was distasteful. My bad. That was distasteful there. Jeez. That was kind of not the right thing to do. I don't think it was.
Like, it's modern day marketing. Like, if you guys put a sign up like marketing towards like selling trap phones, that's a whole nother market you guys are not even touching. So I was trying to tell them at the Ventura location, but
why are you wearing AT&T clothes?
because I came in, I just wanted to show you guys that I did work there and stuff, like for a full day. I got some experience in and stuff like that. Because I know you guys are probably hiring like brand new people, but what do you think about the trap fizzy marketing though?
No, I don't think that would be a good idea.
If people walk in, like I can easily relate to people from the streets and stuff like that.
Yeah. No.
And sometimes they get aggressive when you're talking about trap phones, so I could always like 1-2 Mayweather, 3-4 McGregor.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, so you're not hiring?
No.
How can I prove myself right now? Do you need me to freestyle? Like,
No, that's not gonna work. I'm sorry.
what if I call up 21 right now? I have his trap phone number.
I don't care about 21 Savage.
You don't?
That
What?
would be against AT&T policy.
You don't care about 21 Savage?
I think you're gonna have to leave.
All right, guys, I quit. I'm done with AT&T. I'm going to Metro PCS. You guys don't even sell trap phones in here.
Let's see. They don't even sell trap phones. What the hell? No trap phones? Now, why do they make a 7? Why do they make a 7? Now, for the longest time, I thought just the 357, like this is part of the 357 series. I thought 357 just meant, 357 Magnum. But little did I know, I had found out later that the Smith & Wesson 357, look here. It's sometimes it says it on the grip. Oh, I can just type in 357 with the dashes. With the which is these. See how it says 357 there? That's how you can identify for one. Well, a lot of people change the grips, and also the unfluid serial cylinder. But the 357 means they made a 3-inch, which here's the 3-inch, a 5-inch, and then they also made that 7-inch. Hence 357, and it also stands for 357 Magnum. So. Well, all right. Well, that is the end of the stream.